Hello, welcome back everyone. This is blog post number 7, and today we're going to be discussing the next big thing in marketing and advertising. That's right. I am going to share with you some great information that will help debunk some of the common myths associated to marketing and advertising, but also talk about some of the things that we can do as individuals and professionals to really amplify the efforts that we have underway or just simply kick them off. So let's talk about ethics for a moment. A lot of people think that marketing and advertising can be very bias with the sole objective of tricking their potential consumers. While that does occur, having been in the industry for 20 plus years, I can tell you that there's a lot of us out there that is not the way we function. Our goal as marketing and advertising executives or professionals is to, 1, provide value, 2, be clear and concise and transparent with the product or service we're offering, and 3, be compelling. Give you reason as to why our product is superior or our service is superior to someone else's. So what does ethics in advertising actually mean? Well, let's think about it. It only gets murky when people actually don't deliver on what they promise. 9 times out of 10, if you promise or say your service is X, then that's the expectation. And as long as you're meeting or exceeding that expectation, everything's great, right? But it's when people start being scammy and making promises that obviously they can't deliver upon, or they just make claims that are completely false. That is something we totally want to steer away from. So keep that in mind, ethics. Just remember, you're a consumer too. Would you want to be had or sold on something that couldn't be delivered, especially if you paid for it? I don't think so. All right, so number 2. Is there really a next big thing in marketing or advertising? I kind of waver on this one because I do think that there are forward thinkers out there. I used to feel like I was one of those. I've done quite a few things, especially in the digital space, long before its current time. And I can tell you that there always is a next best thing. But that next best thing doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be superior or better than current marketing and advertising strategies. At the end of the day, you've got to still keep in mind, these are consumers. Do we add value? Is our message clear? Does it resonate with the audience in which we're trying to touch or target? And finally, is it clear and concise? Does it add value? Do we make consumers want that product or that service? That's what's most important. So keep that in mind. Another thing with the next best thing, and we've talked about this in previous blog posts, but social media, it's a great resource. But they're constantly, depending upon the platform, they're constantly changing the algorithms. They're constantly changing how they categorize or how they target people, how they put people into those buckets in which people like us, business owners, want to go out and market our products and services. So we're never going to be able to fully execute against the time or the change that occurs within these platforms. But what we can do is leverage them. We can better understand who our people are, who our consumers are, who our buyers are. We can understand the competitiveness or the competitive landscape that we have. Who else is doing what? What are they giving? What are they doing? What price point are they delivering at? Is it sustainable? And then at the end of the day, you think about the value. You're trying to provide a service or a product that provides value, which means people are going to keep coming back for more. So just keep those things in mind, that you can think of clever ways and different mechanisms in which to approach your marketing and advertising initiatives, but just know that there's not going to be just always one huge next big thing that you have to be at the forefront of. You can leverage what we have now and build on it. All right, number 3, sales first, then marketing. This one is kind of hard for me because my background is so heavily, or had been so heavily focused on marketing and advertising. However, it wasn't until recently that I realized, wow, you know what? They go hand in hand. And towards the end of my corporate career, before I decided to go into a different career with this team, I actually always found it to be important to talk to the people being on the front lines as well as the consumers, and understand. And all it took, it was free. All it took was for me to ask questions and for me to listen. That's it. It's really, really simple, but it does sound crazy to some people. But the reason why you have to sometimes think about sales first, then marketing, is because you have to think, okay, if I am that consumer, I mean, heck, you can even ask a consumer, someone that's bought, hey, why did you buy this product or service? What is it about this product or service that makes you want to stay with us? And then what you can do is, as a result of that direct sale, you can create marketing and advertising campaigns, messaging, content, copy, whatever it might be. You create a campaign around that sales strategy because you've already identified that that works. I can promise you, if you listen to that from anything from this particular blog, that would be one of the best pieces of advice I can possibly provide. Number 4, what works in advertising and what doesn't? To demonstrate value, we rely on 2 key strategies. The first one, emphasizing risk, and 2, emphasizing the rewards. Believe me, without risk, you cannot achieve reward. Now, the level in which you want to invest in that risk is solely up to you and your business strategy. But when you emphasize risk to your clients or consumers, you illustrate what can happen without you. And that is key. You have to make your value proposition so necessary that they feel like they can't do their business without you. That's where you become a winner. When you emphasize the reward, you show what happens when they do take advantage of what you offer. So you show what the increase would be, what the revenue, incremental revenue drive is going to be. Money talks, and so do numbers. And so it's important that you show that value and emphasize the risk as well as the reward. Now, what doesn't work in advertising? It's pretty simple. Fads. Nobody likes fads. Fads are something that come and go, and they can't scale. They might work in an immediate moment, they might work sporadically, but it's not something that's sustainable. So again, in order to be successful, you've got to focus on a successful sales strategy as well as effective marketing and advertising initiatives. Now, number 5, last but not least, there's more advertising opportunities out there than what you think. I know everyone's on board with the Facebook ad placements, the Twitter, even the Instagram, Pinterest. There's a whole host of platforms out there, but there's a lot of ways in which you can leverage copy and smart copy that can complement each of those platforms individually, reach different audiences, which they may overlap, which is totally okay. But you have the ability to really hone in and deliver key messaging that has an underlying sales strategy that will be key to making people respond and engage with your placements. So you may not have thought of some of those options before, but that's what we're here for. So if you're thinking a bit broader or you want to think outside of the box, why don't you drop us a line and we get you started. Have a great day, everyone.